I've put together a video on how to hardwire the Level Mate Pro. I used a 12 volt to 3 volt converter so I don't have to worry about the battery being dead when I need to use it. If you purchase the Level Mate Pro Plus, it comes with a USB connector to connect the power, but I already had this one and for $7 I was able to hardwire it in. Hope you enjoy the video.
Alright, so I've got the Level Mate Pro that I use on our camper, and I like it a lot. When we pull into a site, even though we have the hydraulic system that levels our camper, I like being able to pull in and have all the wheels on the ground and being as close to level as possible. But the only thing that I've had trouble with is the battery dies on this thing constantly. So saw this 12 volt to 3 volt converter. I'm going to wire it in, and see, there's the part number I got that off of. Got it off of Amazon, and 12 volt to 3 volt converter. And I'm going to wire that in, get it all hooked up, and hook it up to my battery system, and then mount it in my camper. That way it'll always be on whenever I connect to my camper. That way whenever we pull into a site or pull where we're going to stay overnight, I don't have to worry about seeing how level we are. I can see that from inside the truck. So going to get this taken apart and see what we look like on the inside. It's got 4 Phillips head screws on either corner, so I'll take those out, get the battery out of there, and then solder those 2 leads, a positive and a ground, to where the battery casing goes. That way if I do need to use a battery, I can still get a battery in there. And then we'll have 2 wires coming out, yellow and the red, and those will go to the battery hookup. So okay, so got the screws loose here. You can take the plate off. You can see the battery's in there, but again, it has died on me just about every time we get ready to use it, so I'm having to change the battery. But I figured I could hardwire this and take that battery out of the equation. These 2 wires here, the red will go to this post. That's the positive side, and the negative side is up on top right here. So I'll put just a little bit of solder there, a little solder on the top, get these 2 wires on, and then hook these 2 positive to the positive side of the battery and black to the negative side of the battery, and we should have power. So then it'll be wired up. I can put it in the front of my camper and be able to use it whenever we get on scene. So I'll get the solder and the hot gun warmed up, and we'll get that put together. Okay, so we got the wires on, or the solder on there. Now we'll just attach each wire to that solder. Alright, so we got the wire soldered in, and now we've got the cover, and I'm going to put a little groove right here. That way the wires will go out the side. And I've got just a little cutoff wheel. Alright, so now all we got to do is slip the cover back on, get the two wires right inside there, get it screwed back down. Now all we got to do is attach those two wires to the battery. We should have power. Alright, so I got the Level Mate Pro. I did have it inside the fifth wheel, and I decided to move it out here just so I could hardwire it. We finished installing the resistance to go from 12 volt to 3 volt and then into the Level Mate Pro, so I don't have to use the battery inside here anymore. I can come here, turn it off and on, and that's why I've got it there, and then I got it wired up into my battery switch. So when I come here, I can turn it on. If we're on a trip, then I can just leave it on if we're going to go somewhere and just stay overnight, so I don't have to worry about that. And then I bring up my settings on my Level Mate Pro. I'll have to change it because I've got it on the other side now, so we'll change that there to faces driver's side. Everything else should be fine. I've already leveled the camper, so we'll set the level and we'll save that. All right, and let's see. Open it up one more time. Let it sync with it. So there we go. And I am good with that. Level side to side, says the front can come up just a hair, but I'm okay with that. That's where we need to be. Alright, so as you can see, I'm trying to level out with the Level Mate Pro, and it's showing that it's going, there's good, but I'm going back on up into the spot where I want to have it. See about where we're at. Still a little high on the passenger side. Move over a little bit. Kind of levels out right in there. If I could just park it in the driveway, it'd be good. we're within 3/4 of an inch right there, as you can see on there, and it's almost level front to back right there. Of course, it's still hooked up to the truck. So we'll drop the pins and see where we're at. So right there, we're about 3/4 of an inch high on this side. Pull it up so you can see as it's finding the there. We're 3/4 inches high on this passenger side, or the right side. So I'm okay with that right here, because we're just going to park it here anyway. But if I wanted to, I could get our level blocks and put under the wheels on the passenger side, or the driver's side, the left side, and actually back up on it or pull up on it and level it out. But since it's just going to be parked here temporarily for a few minutes and we're not actually going to be in it, I'm just going to drop it here, level it out, and unhook, so we can get packed up and ready to go. Okay, so we just used the Level Mate Pro, got us pretty close, and now we're just going to do an auto level. So I unhooked, let it down just a little bit. It ought to be pretty close. Now we'll just let it do its thing. And we have success. So it is level. All right. Like I said, I like using the Level Mate Pro. Helps me get into, especially if we're just overnight camping, like at a rest stop or something like that, we can kind of get a spot that's kind of level. That way we're not tilted to one side or the other. Get as close to level as we can and just stay overnight. That way we ain't got to drop any jacks. We can just stay hooked up to the truck. But hope you liked the video and continue watching. I've got several other videos that I got to get out. I haven't got a lot that we've done with the vacation and that we've done in this last year. I'm still behind on those, but bear with me. I'll get those out, and you can see our trip to Utah, the national parks out there, and I'll be working on those. But thank y'all for watching. Please like and subscribe if you don't mind, and I'll see you in the next video.